Так. Это все закрываем. Okay. Outlook. Continue on this browser. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, hello.
How are you today, madam?
I'm good. Yes, I have few questions about chapter
Yes.
3.
Chapter 3, yes.
Yes, so I basically was a little bit, it was hard for me for homework and everything, but I'm trying right now to open it. So give me 1 second.
Yes. Okay.
Assignments. Chapter 3. So we're gonna have quiz on chapter 1, 2, and 3. It's gonna be at the 26th of February.
Okay. On 26th?
Yeah.
What? 26th of February?
Yeah, I'm gonna have quiz on 1, 2, and 3. Oh no, but it's not. No, it is not chapter 1 and 3. Wait 1 second.
Okay.
So let me see what I couldn't do with homework. No, it's chapter 5.
You are now in chapter 5?
Yes, wait 1 second. This is it this? Wait 1 second, I have to upcoming. This is
Because what I don't know if they changed things.
merchandising operations.
I'm sorry?
It is chapter 5, merchandising operations.
Right, this is chapter 5.
Yes, and I got I did only 40%. I can't do the rest. So let me tell you what I couldn't do. So for example, let me try to share the screen. Maybe because I just don't understand how screen window tab, Microsoft Whiteboard. Maybe this one. Does it work? Wait, it's downloading. No, this is like a whiteboard.
Yes.
So, but do usually students can share like computer screen?
Yeah, they can share the whiteboard.
But not a computer?
They can share the whiteboard with me, but usually this is the homework that they share with me, because I can see the homework and then I can talk about it.
Yeah, I just don't know how to do that, honestly.
But,
like,
but you know, the whiteboard is for the student to write.
Okay, can you
Mostly
see this, for example, or no?
Yeah.
You can?
Yes, I see now. I see chapter 5 merchandise.
Okay,
Yes,
this one. Can you see this one?
Yes, I see it.
So what should I put here, for example? What is the point of this exercise? I don't understand.
It says assignment February submit. Oh, submitted February 13.
No, it's okay. Our teacher like made it longer, so it's gonna be the whole month. He said before March we can complete it.
Okay, you see that little V that is upside down? After you have a temp 3, and then you have the little V that is upside down.
But you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I see your screen.
So I think maybe there is a formula like sales revenue equal to like cost of goods sold or something. I feel like I just forgot which formula do we use in this situation.
Okay. You have a pen. You have pen and paper.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now you are going to write for me. Cost of goods sold. You got it?
Cost of goods sold.
Sold. Underneath of that sentence, that phrase, you are going to write beginning inventory, and then after that I will explain. Beginning inventory. Underneath of it, you are going to be plus. You are going to write plus purchase. You are going to draw a line underneath of it. And then you are going to write equal cost of good available for sales. Cost equal cost of good available for sales. Underneath of it, you are going to put minus ending inventory. Underneath of it, you are going to draw a line. You are going to write equal cost of goods sold. That's how you get your cost of goods sold. Yeah, it sounds something that you saw before, right?
I mean, our teacher explained it, and I just lost. Where is the formula?
Yeah, that's okay, because you see, I kind of know it. I don't even look at the book yet, to tell it to you, because I've been doing this for a long period of times, right? So it is in my mind. But you know, if you first just start,
yes,
it is not going to be something that you can remember quickly. So you have to. And then the thing is that when you hear something like this, you have to kind of, you see, here, you have to. One thing we used to do, we used to write things like any formula on a piece of paper, and then even though we are at work, and then we kind of, from time to time, look at that.
Yes.
That is the formula in it. But if you are working in an office, this is easier for you, right? You can look at your piece of paper. But it is when I used to work in assembly line, so it was not easy for me. So I have to go to the bathroom and then to look at my piece of paper.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you are working in an office, you have your piece of paper there, and then the boss knows that you are learning this, to improve the workplace. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to explanation. Your cost of goods sold. This is what it costs you.
Yeah.
To sell the good. Well, let me go back a little bit. The accounting that you did before, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3, this is for service company.
Mm-hmm.
This is the company that provides services to people or to the company, like a dentist, doctor's office, the lawyer's office. Okay, they are provide services. They do not sell good, tangible things that you can
Yeah.
touch. Okay, now you have another type of business. That type of business, it is merchandising concern. I don't remember the name exactly. This is merchandising
Yeah.
operation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here, those people, example of merchandising operation, this is Casco. This is Macy's, J.C. Penney, the furniture company. Okay, they are merchandising operation. They are merchandising.
Yeah.
What do we mean by merchandise? We mean by merchandise, they buy things. They don't do anything with them. They buy things, tangible things, and then they put them in the showroom or in the warehouse to resell them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the merchandising operation does. But in between, they have also to calculate, because they are there to a profit. They have to know the merchandise that they bought, how much it costs them, right?
Yes.
So now they are going to have something that called inventory. Inventory consists of things that they buy, things that they already have, merchandise they have already have in the warehouse, plus what they are going to buy to make it available and then to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the problem is when they sell the merchandise, they know they have the money, right? They will sell the merchandise. They have the money for which they will sell the merchandise. But they don't really, they don't care about really how much merchandise, the number, or for example, computer they sold. They can find it out, but now this is the money. The main important things for them, and then I'm going to explain to you why, is to find out how much merchandise is left in the inventory, in the ending inventory, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The beginning, because last month they purchased some merchandise, and then last month when they do the inventory, they go and then they count how many they have, what price. They find out that they have 60 left.
Mm-hmm.
That's 60. And then also, let me say something to you. In accounting, we have an ending balance, we have a beginning balance. The beginning balance, this is the ending balance of the last period, the last month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they bring it forward, it becomes the beginning balance for this current month, right?
Yeah.
So they find out that last month they have a balance of 60, whatever
Mm-hmm.
that's, let's say 60 computers. That come now to this month become the beginning balance for this month. So now they find out that, well, they have only 60, but they do not have enough to sell. They do not want to lose the sales. What they are going to do, they are going to buy more computers from the manufacturing. Manufacturing now, this is the one that put the part together to make the computer. They are going to buy from the merchandiser, and then they are going to put it there. So let's say that they start with 60. This is the beginning inventory. So why I am saying these things to you, you can fill in the number in your beginning inventory. You can put 60, for example. You go to your paper. Myself,
Yes.
Madam, go to your paper. Put a beginning inventory, put 60.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, put the cost of it, put 60. Now, remember, we said that they do not have enough, they have to purchase more. Let's say that they purchase 200, right?
Uh-huh.
They purchase 200 more. So, how much they have, how many now they have?
260.
Very good, 260. That's why they know they have two available for sales. But they're selling. Now, at one point of time, they said that at the end of the year, at the end of the month, they have to go to find out what is left in the ending inventory, right? They go again, they count, let's say that now the ending inventory is 190.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Ending inventory 190.
Mm-hmm.
So how much now the cost of goods sold? 260 minus 90
Mm-hmm.
is equal to what?
Didn't you tell me 190?
You have 60. You start with 60. You purchase more, 200.
Yes.
Right? You have
260 we
available for
have.
sale 260.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
And then now you go to your warehouse, you count, you have 190 left.
Mm-hmm.
So how much is your cost of goods sold? 260
70.
minus 70?
260 minus 190.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
260 minus, let me do it, minus 190. I have 70.
yeah, me too. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that 70 is what is left. Okay. What is left now, this is the cost of goods sold. That's how you calculate the cost of goods sold.
Mm. Yes, so in my example, I supposed to, so we have, this is like a beginning, the first row is like a beginning and then it's like an ending, right?
So if you can, now, you see what I gave you?
Yes.
You can use it as an equation. Okay, this is a formula, but you can use it as an equation to find the missing part.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You can find the missing part. So I would like to see the problem, because I know there's one that is kind of, pulling off our teeth. So can you share the problem with me or the exercise with me?
Don't you see it on the screen? No?
I don't see it on the screen. I see that I don't see the problem, the exercise on the screen.
I just don't
Yeah.
know how to share.
Okay, you have to go first, and then you go to the what is the assignment? It is an exercise, or
They don't even tell me anything. They have like sales revenue 100,000.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Do you have, if it is an exercise, okay, now I see.
You
Yes.
see it?
Right. I see now you have said, oh, I know that problem. Yes, that's one of them. That's one of them. Okay. Now, they tell you that you have sales revenue, it is 100,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have cost of goods sold is how much?
58,000. It's
No.
I already put it, but it was 0.
Okay, 58. So now, and then they saying to you the gross profit was, okay. Now, let's work something out here. We are going to do it together.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to write horizontally for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are going to have sales revenue, right? Sales revenue minus cost of goods sold is equal available for sales. That's the same thing that we said before, but now we'll write it vertically, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we are going to subtract minus operating expenses is equal to gross profit. Right? So now we have an equation. So if you replace with the sign of each of these following with the amount, you should find the missing part. For example, what they said to us that the sales revenue is 100,000, correct?
Yes, so I put 100,000 minus cost of goods sold was X at that time, equal to available for sales.
Right.
What is that?
So now this is what happened here. You know that now, if you have the gross profit, they give you gross profit. The gross profit was 42, right?
Yes.
The gross profit was 42. I have the problem bit, but I would like to do it back with you so you develop some kind of understanding how to do it, because if you have another one. So you know you have gross profit is equal to 42,000. Right? In that gross profit, what did you what did you have for, you have your available for sales that you don't know. Available for sales, it's like you have some numbers, but you know that now in your operating expense that was a minus, right? They give you 30,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now if you have an equal that is 42 and you subtract from it, right? 30. So you should subtract it from about 42 plus 30, right?
Yeah.
42 plus 30, that is giving you 72. That is your cost of goods available for sales. They don't say to you here is because that they want to trick you. But now by this we know that the cost of goods available for sales, from which they subtract the operating expense that was $30,000. The cost of goods available for sales was 72,000. When you subtract the 30,000, which is what the formula asks, when you subtract the operating expense from the 30,000 from the 72,000, you end up with gross profit of 42,000. You want me to repeat that?
Yeah, but this, don't forget that this I put by myself, so it wouldn't exist.
Right.
So.
Right. So now, what we need to find out, but you know they give you, yes, you have this one right. They give you cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold was about what?
It was 0. They didn't give it to me. I put 58,000.
Okay, so now let's see what happened here. If you have, this is the same concept again. We have two things. When we put together, that give us 72, correct?
Where did we took 72? I don't understand.
Okay. Remember the formula I gave you before? Beginning inventory plus what? Plus
purchase
is equal available for sales, right? Available for sale, you subtract your ending inventory, you become to cost of goods sold. Now, available for sales now, right? They didn't give it to you in that exercise. They want to trick you. They want to test you to see that if you understand the formula.
So 135,000, it is the ending inventory, right?
45 that now.
This is not 135.
You have 72.
Where I don't understand, where did we get it? 72.
No, well, okay. So now, what about 100 and then what do you need? You have 72, right?
I don't understand where I have. Where did we get 72?
Wait. Let me finish and then you will see what I'm talking about. You have that 72, right? 72,000.
No, I don't understand where did we get it.
Okay.
I don't see it on my screen. Like.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They do not give it to you. Okay? They want to trick you. They do not want to give it to you. Right? So now let's go to the formula again. When you remember you have gross profit? No, I didn't give you gross profit. I'm sorry. I didn't give you gross profit.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when you have your cost of goods sold, right? If you subtract your operating expenses from it, you will have when you have your cost of goods sold, okay, and then you have your sales. If you subtract your cost of goods sold from your sales, you will come with net operating income or gross profit. Or we go with gross profit. Sales minus cost of goods sold, right? Sales minus cost of goods sold is equal to gross profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you have sales that is 100,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have 72. Take 100,000. Take 72 from 100,000.
Where did we get 72?
That is from the formula that I gave you. Okay? You have a cost of goods available for sales that is 72, according to what we write, according to that formula we write here. Because they give you the gross profit, right? Yes?
No, they did not. It was 0.
It was 0. Okay, it was 0. But now, you know that your operating expenses, right? Operating expenses was 30.
Yes.
Correct? If your operating expenses was 30, and then you have your sales, which is 30,000. Yes? I mean, you have your sales that is one. Wait a minute. That is exercise. What is exercise? Is this? That is.
Question 1 of 8. It is chapter 5.
Okay. By trying to explain, I'm making some comment, confusing myself. Wait a minute, madam.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, give me a couple of minutes. Exercise 3. Oh, that is exercise 5. I'm in it 3. The book is going to tell you the same thing also, because what happened when you have your sales revenue, right? You have sales revenue. You subtract your
Cost of goods sold.
I'm sorry?
So basically, sales revenue minus cost of goods sold equal gross profit.
Correct.
Minus operating expenses equal net income.
So now, right?
No.
That's yes.
So that is the formula I found, and I was using it to find 42.
No, I get you. What happened here? this is the way they put the structure the exercise. They want you to work backward, okay? Using the formula, they want you to work backward. So you have to work backward as you just said. You just said that a sales minus cost of goods sold is equal to gross profit, right? So now you didn't have the cost of goods sold. They give you only the sales and what else? What else they give you?
And operating expenses.
They give you the sales and operating expenses. Okay, yes. So if you have the sales, you subtract cost of goods sold, which you don't know, right? They didn't give you the cost of goods sold.
So I just did 100,000 minus X equal X minus $30,000. That is what I did.
Yes, that's what I just wrote with you on this. When I said write it horizontally, that's what I did. Right, that's what I did. But what we need to understand, they didn't give us. Did you see? Those people do not put that exercise here. You see what we need to do. Well, it is not here. Okay. What we need to do, we need to go to the formula to find that, before you can get your operating, you get your operating expense. That's what it is. You get your operating expense. It is 30,000. Your operating expense is 30,000. So now, when you remember what we had before, we had sales, right? Sales revenue. Look at the paper that we wrote. We got sales revenue minus cost of goods sold, right? Is equal to what?
Available for sales.
Available for sales, right? Is equal to available for sales. So from available for sales, we subtract the operating expenses, correct?
$30,000. Yeah.
We end up with 42. So now what we already have the 30,000, right? They give you the 30,000 and they give you the 100. That's all they give you. They give you also 120. What is 120? That's another one? Okay. So they give you this only. So now what you do, you take the 42, right? 42 plus 30, that will give you 72, correct?
42
plus 30, that will give you 72. 72,000. You understand, right?
Yeah.
And if you subtract 72, if you subtract your 72 from your 100,000, what do you have left?
So I'm gonna have 28,000.
Right.
And what is that 28,000?
That 28,000 is supposed to be your cost of goods sold.
Yeah, but I already put 58,000 and they told me that this is correct.
Okay.
So I already started this exercise. I did two.
I don't know where they find the other 50.
That's what I was in class. This was exercise during the class. And
Right.
I just put numbers, whatever professor gave us the formula, I put numbers, but I couldn't understand how did we get it. And then these two, I don't know what these two windows are for. What is this? Operating expenses, ending result, and sales revenue ending results. What does this mean?
So,
They don't
what
even
they
explain
did,
what is the
what
problem.
they did here, they subtract the gross profit from the sales. They subtract the gross profit from the sales. Okay. They subtract the gross profit from the sales. That's why they end up with 52. I'm sorry, 58.
100 minus 42,000, you mean?
Right, 8 is equal to 58. It's like what they did here, like what they did here, they have the sales revenue. And then they don't care about any other thing here, and then they said that well. But even that the 42, they didn't give you 42. Okay? You have to find the 42. Okay? You have to find the 32. But they didn't tell you how you find the 32. Correct? They didn't tell you. The way they find the 32 is to take the 30, you take the 100,000, and let me see, 30,000. Let me have sales revenue. I cannot find that problem, and then
Me too. That's what I couldn't figure it out. But so basically, I don't know. I still have time. He told us all of these problems we can do till the end of, till like spring break, till March. So I'm gonna make more appointments with tutors, and I'm gonna just read this chapter one more time. Maybe I will find it. Cause this is like, I mean, I don't understand why they don't want to explain the problem even like or give the formula or something. There are like 8 problems like that.
yeah, you have
So
the formula.
yes,
But what happened is what they want you to do, they want you to find something on your own.
yes. So basically, this is just not even as easy as I thought, and
No, it is not.
yeah, so I'm gonna figure it out. If not, it's not like I don't really care. I can do that anytime till the end of the month. But what about this one? 8 of 8.
It says that what?
On a
For me?
information related to Tamarisk Inc. is presented below. So I did first correctly. Purchase merchandise. We did it April 6th. April 6th.
Okay.
Paid freight cost.
April 5th, you purchase merchandise on account. When you say you buy, it's like you buy something on account. I don't know if I talked to you about the credit card. Okay. So when you buy on account, it's like you pay with your credit card. It is not that in here, but I give you kind of parallel. It's like you pay with your credit card. When you pay with your credit card, you are in debt. You do not pay. You have a payable, right? So now on account meaning that you buy, but you didn't pay cash.
Yes, account payable. So I credited account payable.
Right. If you didn't pay cash and then you have accounts payable, you have that one. Right. That is how much money? That much money was?
It is 26,000. So I did inventory, debit, and accounts payable credit, and it was correctly. So second one, I have a question. On April 6th, paid freight costs of 500 on merchandise purchased from Culver.
right?
So
they paid.
inventory.
They paid, right? So if they paid cash, cash is going to be, let me see the entire transaction. No, let me see the journal entry that they paid
on April
on
6th, paid freight costs.
On the 6th, right? This is the second transaction.
Yes.
They pay freight cost for 500 on merchandise purchase from Gulliver. So now we need to know when they say they paid, okay, we are going to have cash will be credited for 500. Cash will be credited for 500.
And inventory debited for 500.
Right. And then let me say something before we say inventory. Let's say go up there to see what because here, which stop right there. They said that both of them what kind of system of inventory, because you have two systems of inventory. This is the perpetual inventory, right? Each of them use perpetual inventory. So do you know anything about perpetual inventory?
No.
Okay. Perpetual inventory, when they do perpetual inventory, when the company, because they have perpetual inventory, they have periodic inventory. You can go to illustration. This is 5B. That is an appendix. 5B. -3, and then it will give you a summary of the perpetual inventory and periodic inventory. Okay? So that's what it is. So now, if they use perpetual inventory, okay, so they are going to have inventory will be debited and then cash will be credited. This is the same thing that we did. Right? And then now there's some implication. They don't tell us anything about this. There's some implication that can occur, but they didn't say anything. They didn't say free on board destination or free on board. You didn't give us the term of the free the delivery. So okay, I think that we have this one right. The third one is that on April 7.
Yeah, I did it. Equipment debited, payable credited. It was correct. So I need the number 4. I don't know. Returned.
Number 4. It says on April you return merchandise. On April you return merchandise worth. Okay. So now on April, if you return merchandise, let me see the layout. Go down. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. On April 8. Now this is a complicated one. On April 8, I know I have that exercise. That Gilver and guys,
return.
Two of them. That is. Oh. Okay. Well, let's do it that way. It's the cost of goods sold inventory. And April, you said on April, on April,
maybe we reduce inventory because we returned goods.
They return merchandise. And
so goods inventory goes down.
This is the purchaser. So we are going to have now sales return and allowance.
What should we do? I would do like this. Inventory, sales, returns and allowance.
They have to give us, this is 8. This is sales return.
This one?
This is to sales return, and no, we cannot have sales return and allow. Okay, if we have sales return.
No, I think that we returned products and we have something. We have something should be debited.
Okay, if something should be debited and then if they return merchandise, this is going to be accounts payable.
Okay, with this one, return damaged merchandise for credit. B. Accounts payable inventory. Accounts payable should be debited. So because we did it in class, accounts payable inventory, probably the same problem.
Right, accounts payable will be debited because they by returning merchandise, they decrease their payment, their payables, and then inventory will be debited.
Yes. And the last one, on April 15, paid the amount due to Galver Company in full. Paid the amount. I don't understand why do they have three options.
Yes, because if they paid, right? So now what you have to understand that how much they buy for. At the beginning, they buy for 26. Let me write it down. They buy for 26,600. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. They return how much merchandise they return. They return 3,400. Right?
Yes.
So now, what is the balance that they have to pay?
So it's gonna be 23,200.
Correct. That's what they have to pay. So now, we need to find out. Oh, you see, this is what I was looking for. FOB shipping point. Okay. Okay. So now, what do we need to do? FOB shipping point, the buyer pay, right? FOB shipping point, the buyer pay. FOB destination, the seller. Okay. Okay, we are good. Now, yes. So did we have 2% discount, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we have 2% discount. But did they pay at the did they pay within the credit term? A credit term is that the one that says 210 net 30, 210 net 15. Okay? When we see that one, 210, meaning that the buyer, the purchaser, can be eligible for 2% of whatever the balance due if they pay within the 30, the 15 days, right? But if they paid beyond the 15 days, they pay the full amount. In this case, they purchase on the 1st, right? On the 5th of April, they purchase on the 5th of April. And on the 15th, right, they paid. Correct? On the 15th, they paid. If they paid on the 15th, from 15 to 5, you have 10 days, right?
Yeah.
They pay within the limit,
of time.
credit limit. So if they pay with the credit limit,
2% discount.
They are eligible for 2% from the 23,200. So what we are going to do here, we are going to multiply.
Do we have a 10% discount or 2% discount?
You have 2. I said 10%.
2%. No, 2%, right? No, I'm just curious. So it's basically 2%. But what does 10 means?
Right, 2%.
What does 10 means? 210. What does 10 means? What does 10 means?
The 10, it is 210. Okay, 2% in 10 days.
If you pay in 10 days, you can take discount 2%
from the end amount or amount owed, right? That's what it means. Okay, so now what is going to happen? We have to find out what 2% represent from the 23,200. I believe that is going to be 46,040. I don't know. Let me not try to
Okay,
read.
I mean, I get it. I think I have to read one more time that chapter, and I got it. I have to read about this percentage and everything.
Yes.
I'm gonna just leave it for this week so I can study it Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
23,200 multiply by 0.2%. But anyway, let's finish the transaction. Okay, this is going to be 4640. So now, this is what we are going to do. 4640. We are going to have accounts payable, madam,
Mm-hmm.
We are going to have accounts payable.
Debited.
Accounts payable is going to be debited for 23,600. Give me 1 second, okay? Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, you are there?
Yes.
Okay. It is going to be, wait a minute, right there, I put that paper. It is going to be 23,200. This is the accounts payable. Is going to be debited for 20. Okay. So now we are going to have go one step down. The last one, put cash. The last line, put cash. Cash is going to be credited for 4,600, 4,400. That is 8. That is 5. All of 5 out of 13 is 8. We are going to subtract the discount, which is the 4,000. No, it is not 4,000. It is what it was.
It is from this amount, right? From 26,600.
It was 4,000. 46,400. 46,000. Yes, I think so. 46,000. Let me do it again. 23, 2 multiplied by 0.02. Oh, that is 464,000. That is 43.
And then, so then once we kind of ensure that it wasn't, but that it would dispense the water, and then once we closed it back, it beeped, and then we did the same measurements, and then it stopped, and then nothing.
Now, what we are going to do for cash, we are going to credit cash. Hello?
Yeah. So
we are going to credit cash. We are going to credit cash we are going to subtract 464,000 from the 23,200. That's the amount cash is going to be credited for.
And how much is gonna be?
It is going to be so you have to do it with me also. We have 22,736. Check my number, because I told you before, I don't know how, I'm not a mathematician. Is that what you have?
No, I couldn't write it down.
You have your calculator with you, right?
No, I forgot my calculator, and so I didn't.
You have, wait a minute, that's a requirement in accounting. Your calculator and then one ruler, okay?
Okay.
Specifically when we do it manually, we have to have that, because you have to draw a line. They don't teach you this in school, draw a line, but in the business, in the office, you have to draw a line, and it has to be right. Okay, now, what we did here, we know that now. they purchased for 26,600, right? 26,600, correct?
Yes.
And then they return merchandise for 3,400, right? So that leave them, I mean us, we are the one that buy. That leave us with a due balance of 23,200, correct? Yes,
Yes.
okay. I did it that right. But now we paid in within 10 days, which is the credit term, we are eligible for 2% of that 23,200, right? So if we are eligible for it, we are not going to pay that 2%, right? We have to subtract whatever that 2% represent from the 23,200. When we multiply the 23,200 by point zero point zero two, we have 400. What is it? 464. 464. $464, right?
So this is discount.
Right, that is the discount we are eligible. We can take it, right? So we are not going to pay 23,200 anymore. We are going to pay 464 minus that 23,200. That leaves us with 22,736. Door open. Right? So this is going to be the cash debited for that amount. I'm sorry, credited. Cash will be credited for that amount.
Like this?
Yes. And then now we are going to have inventory is going to be also credited for the 464.
Like this?
Right.
Or south? That's it. 464.
One or both switches that have. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna just check it.
Now, if you look at it to make sure that we did it right, remember that we said before a transaction affects at least two accounts, right? One account is debited, the other one is credited. So if you have many credit, the sum of the credit must be equal to the sum of the debit. So if you take 22,736, you add 464 to it, it has to be to get you 2320. Right?
Yes, I don't think it's correct.
We don't think it is correct. So what else we might be done? So we have 46. Wait a minute. We have